So I want to talk about Batman the video game on the original Game Boy. Now this game I didn't even know existed until last year, so 2023, when I had my Anbernic RG35XX and I was just going through looking for some basic Game Boy games to spend some time playing. And this game really stands out now because it's simple and it's difficult and it has some basic elements of like RPG style gameplay where it's like a Castlevania in the beginning, like the original Castlevania for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It has aspects that you go and you can upgrade your Batarang and you can upgrade your projectile and you upgrade your attack and you can get like the Belmont like axes swinging around you, kind of like Vampire Survivors. Like it has aspects of that in it which make it way more engaging and deep. When you're going through the level, you're also looking for those things, the dark cubes that are hanging there, so you can hit those and then you can find multiple ways through the levels to get more upgrades as you're going through. It's really fun. I haven't made it very far in this game. I don't really use save states. I just kind of go until I run out of lives. And that's pretty much how I approach a lot of games, like fighting games. It's like I'll just go until I lose the credit and I'll try again with a different character, or I'll just start over again and try from the beginning. So this game really is simple, but it's beautiful. Like the floatiness to him, where you kind of drop down near the enemies or drop down like on them. It's fun and simple, and the gameplay is well made. It's not super floaty. It's not super cheap feeling. Like when you press the button, he jumps. There's no delays. He can kind of hover down, and then when he gets his upgrades, he does more damage, or he'll have more batarangs swinging around him. But it's definitely a traditional style game where it's difficult. So like the enemies will get you if you're not prepared, and you don't really have you have a duck button, and you have your move buttons, and you have your jump button and your attack button, and that's pretty much it. It's like super basic, but it's fun to just kind of hop on, no stakes, just kind of see how far you can get. And that's what I really enjoy about this game, is that the simple style, the simple appearance, but it's platforming and it's action and it's adventure and there are bosses, and it just makes me happy to play a Batman game that's in the style of a Castlevania game. Not the later Castlevania games, the early Castlevania games where it's just a level and then you go through. It's not a Metroidvania style game. It's more of like a Mario where they put you in one level and you see how far you can go with your lives. But yeah, I really enjoy Batman the video game. I have gameplay up, and it's just kind of fun to go slow, steady. If you die, you go back, and then you try to do better in the game. You try to do better in the level. You try to become more aware of how the enemies come at you and what ways they come at you, because some of them can like climb, some of them can drop down, but then they can't get back up to you. And you can avoid most enemies in the first couple levels if you just kind of take the opportunities to go in different locations on the platforms instead of like running on the ground and trying to be combative. But yeah, the soundtrack is great. It starts out like when you go to the original the home screen or whatever, when it loads up and it boots up, it's got style to it, and it's chiptune, and it's original Game Boy style, but there's something beautiful and simple about it that when I fire up and I have like a 10-minute, 20-minute session that I can play, it's like I'll just hop on the little Game Boy and play Batman the video game. It's a beautiful game. The gameplay is beautiful. But yeah, I'm not going to try to stretch this out anymore. The soundtrack's great. The bosses are cool. The levels are unique for what they can be with a Game Boy game. You know, the levels aren't ridiculous, but you know, Chemical Plant, you know, another version of the warehouse, and then you fight Jack, and it's a good, wholesome game. Platforming, it'll get you better at platforming. Like, it'll really get you better at platforming because there is a lot of platforming in the game, and he has a unique way that he goes. Like, the longer you hold it, the higher he'll go, and it's like that in Mario too and Donkey Kong. But like, for some reason in this one, it just seems a little more floaty to get up top, but not floaty as in like when you press back and forth, he doesn't go back and forth like Luigi in those older games where he would like slide when you try to turn back. It's not like that. It's not floaty in that aspect. It's floaty in when he jumps, he has a little like air time to him. That's all I really mean. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. I was sick. I took a week off. I'm glad my voice is back. I'm glad I can express these thoughts and put them onto the videos for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Batman, the video game on the original Game Boy. Solid game.